Hey everyone, in this video we're looking at multiplying decimals without technology. So we're going to apply the strategies to multiply decimals. There's an algorithm, so that just means like a process that you follow in order to complete a problem or a strategy you implement. And we're also going to look at the ways when you, if you multiply by base 10 numbers, so 100, 10, 100, 1,000 and so forth. So when you're multiplying without technology, if we use the method of multiplying two numbers where you line them up, so we can do 12 times 4, and we can arrange that as 12 times 4, 2, 4, 8, 4 times 1 is 4, 48. Yep. And we can also use that for when we have really large, so things like 36 times 15. And we can rewrite that as this 30, 15 plus 3, 18, which is 0 in place because you're multiplying by 10. Adding those together. So we have our value. It's the same concept with multiplying your decimals. So essentially what happens here, instead of writing as 12.6, we write it as if it was an algorithm, or as if we were lining it up the traditional method. So 16, 42, carry 2, 4, 14 plus 4 is 18, and 7, 8. But before, so I'm writing the multiplication, ignoring the decimals. So lining everything up, it's not mattered on place value. I'm going to do the calculations based on the traditional multiplication algorithm. And now I'm going to count my number of decimal places. So I actually have 1 here. So that means that I go back to my answer. And from the right, I'm going to move my decimal 1 place. Now I'm going to show you on a calculator just to prove that it is, or support my 12.6 times 7 equals, there we go, 88.2. So there it is. It's also the same with all the others, so we'll do that for this one. So I've just written this here with my numbers lined up. 24 to 8 plus 2 is 10, 1, 12, 13. So there's my answer. Now I'm going to count up the numbers after the decimal places. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to move my decimal place from the right. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try that again, but now with a more complicated number. So 0.4629 multiplied by, notice how I put my numbers just straight after each other from the right. I don't want to have my numbers lined up everywhere else. We want to make this as easy as possible by setting it up accordingly. So 9 times 6, 54, carry the 5, 12, 17. Oh, what am I doing? I'm putting a premature spot in there. 36, 37. 24 plus 3 is 27. 0. And then we've got 18. Oops. Should have got rid of those. 18, carry the 1. 4, 5. 2 6s are 12, carry the 1. 8, 9. Notice how I didn't multiply the 0, just because I know anything multiplied by 0 gives me 0. Add those values up like you would with your 14, 15, as if you were treating it like if you were multiplying by 26. 12, 13. And now I count up my decimal places, or the numbers after my decimal points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to move from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put them in as a different color just so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's why we land there. And if you have a look at your calculator, you'll find that the more decimal places that you have, the smaller the number becomes. And it's just because of in both numbers. And that's because you're multiplying by very small numbers. Okay, so what we'd like you to do is pause the video and have a go of those. Alright, in this part we're going to look at multiplying by decimals by 10, 100, 1000. We know that if you multiply any number by 1, it's always going to give you that number. It's the same, not the same, but there are certain things that we know about these numbers. And it's anytime you multiply a number by anything with a base 10, have a look at the number of zeros that are in the number, and that's how far you are multiplying, like how many places you're moving your decimal. So in this case here with the 10, I'm going to move my decimal place, and it's always to the right because you're making the number larger. So if we're going to go by 10, I move my decimal place here. My answer then becomes 126. 1, 2, 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3 decimal places. The answer is then 3,164.5. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our answer is going to be then, I don't write in these zeros here. I don't need to do that because they are no longer holding a place. It's 462.9. So have a look at these ones here. Pause the video in a moment and have a look. Note the number of zeros. Move the according places to the right. And your number should be larger. Alright, all the best. Thanks everyone. Bye.